Roadhog's rework details have been showcased by the Overwatch 2 dev team, and the changes are set to go live tomorrow. He now has a new ability called Pigpen, a huge trap that slows and damages nearby enemy players. What is up everyone, it's CMG here, so let's dive into the new changes for Roadhog very briefly for the next few minutes or so. Before we do that though, I just want to remind you all once again, if you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. For those of you that have done it already, thank you, I highly appreciate you. So as you can see from this infographic, there's not a lot to go on here. A lot of you right from the off are going to think that, well, aside from the standout new ability, Pigpen, it's basically the same kit that he had before, right? Well, it turns out that there's a lot of information about this rework that this infographic doesn't actually tell you. Now, I don't exactly know where this other set of information has come from. I only found this through social media, but this actually breaks everything down into a bit more understanding information. Now, I wouldn't be expected to explain Roadhog's ultimate ability because it's more or less the same ordeal. What has changed, however, are quite a lot of things in terms of what his weapon can do and where his new ability will fit into the rest of his kit, and what are the respectable damage buffs and reductions that go alongside this entire rework. So I guess we can start with the scrap gun and address a huge elephant in the room in terms of that, is that his secondary fire has completely gone. You know how you were able to fire what looked like an explosive shot from range and it was able to deal damage to shields quite significantly, especially to Reinhardt players when they had their shield up and they walked towards you. You were able to chew up their shield health quite quickly when he had that up. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. Instead, the secondary fire is now going to be replaced by Take a Breather, and in its place is going to be the new Pigpen ability. So let's just read the actual information about the scrap gun for a second. So it says previous secondary fire functionality has been removed. Total damage per shot increased from 150 to 160. Shotgun pellet amount reduced from 25 to 16. Shotgun pellet damage increased from 6 to 6.25. Now fires a shrapnel volley of 4 large projectiles in the center of the shot. Now, with this line, I would expect Roadhog's primary fire to be able to cover closer range and much more distant range as well. So it's like what they've done is they've decided to go, screw it, let's just merge his primary and alternate fire together. And also with the reduction of the number of pellets that he fires, they've also been able to up the actual damage for the remaining pellets. So visually, you see less, but in terms of damage output, you're doing more. I think that's how they're trying to explain that. Okay, so Take a Breather. Now, as I go through the points of these changes, I seem to think that this is a way of bringing back... I don't know if you remember Bastion's old self-repair mechanic from Overwatch 1. Remember when you triggered this on a whim and you were able to repair as and when? There was no cooldown given to this at all. Basically this, except you're also adding damage resistance on top of it as well. So rather than offering him an excessive amount of healing, he's being given durability instead by allowing him to resist more damage, much like a tank really needs to be doing, to make him feel more like, well, a tank. But anyway, it says, Take a Breather now activated by holding secondary fire. Cooldown for each use decreased from 8 seconds to 1 second. So like I said, you're going to be able to do it all the time rather than just have to wait for the cooldown. A new resource meter has been added. This meter will deplete while Take a Breather is active. Take a Breather requires 12 seconds to reach full charge from empty. At a full charge, Take a Breather can heal up to 450 health over 3 seconds. Take a Breather will now remain active as long as it is assigned hotkey is held. An option to toggle Take a Breather has been added under Options Controls Roadhog. Damage reduction decreased from 50% to 30%. No longer amplifies healing received upon ending. So as I said before, what they're doing is they're literally replacing his constant healing to more durability as a tank. So there you go. Okay, so Pigpen, the new ability. This almost feels like a Junkrat trap on steroids. So like if you stand anywhere near it when it's active, you take 30 damage per second. If you actually trigger the trap, you take an extra 6 damage. I think that's how this is supposed to work, but let's read it anyway. Pigpen. This is a new ability assigned to ability 2 by default. So this would be where Take a Breather used to be, but it is now Alternate Fire. Pigpen is where Take a Breather used to be. Launch a trap that slows and damages nearby enemies. Deals 60 damage when triggered and 30 damage per second in an area. So like I said earlier, like if you're in the area of the trap, you'll take 30 damage per second. If you actually trigger it, you will deal, or you'll get dealt 60 damage. 40% movement speed as well. So this will actually slow down you when you go anywhere near it. So this is almost like, I don't know how to explain this on a whim, but if you're anywhere near the trap, you'll get significantly slowed down. Much like how, let me give you an example. With Ilari and her ultimate ability, Captive Sun, when you get hit by Captive Sun and you've got that effect on you, you'll be significantly slowed. The same is going to be said for this new ability with the Pigpen trap. And then cooldown is 12 seconds, so whenever you trigger down the trap, the cooldown will start and it will be 12 seconds. So there you go, that is the entirety of Roadhog's new rework that is going to be coming tomorrow. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. You can also check me out on all of my other social medias, my Twitter account, my Discord, and of course, my TikTok. And let's not forget my Instagram and my Threads. Thank you for stopping by, chaps. Have a great day. Have a great life. Be nice to your fellow gamers, because we're all human beings. I've been CMG as always. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace.